What's up my people, it's Prince from Royalscapes and I'm back with the final video in this laundry reno. This is phase 1 of this renovation and I made another cabinet. Here it is, it's bigger, so you know what that means. More storage, carrying out of storage. So without further ado, let's get into this build. So now, to start today's building adventure, yes, they are all adventures, I'm gonna transfer my measurements here. Yes, I do a little drawing and I draw something. This is what my under counter storage is gonna look like for the laundry room. So I'm building this cabinet here. So I'm gonna transfer my measurements to the plyboard and do some cutting. So let's do this. So guys, after cutting the side pieces, I went and did a dry fit just to see how the side fits underneath the counter, and I realized that it was a bit too long because the counter isn't plumb, no form of square, any at all. So I have made a mark here and here. That's how much I'm gonna have to take off this board and then test it again and see if it fits. If it doesn't, I'm gonna continue shaving it down bit by bit. Don't take off too much, please guys, do not take off too much because it's rather to make it be too long than too short, so you don't have to recut again. So I'm just gonna take off the sliver and go test it again, and if it fits then I'm good. If not, take off another sliver again. Alright guys, so because this counter here isn't plumb, the wall at the back there isn't plumb, nor is the floor level, I have a lot of issues. The first one, let me show you here. I originally wanted this cross brace at the back here to be anchored into the wall, but because for some reason it seems as if I will always have a gap underneath. Don't know know if you can see. Well, I'll always have a gap between the wall and this. Seems I between the wall and here. Seems I can't have it flush. Not sure how to approach it right now to get it flush, but what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna add a brace here at the side and on the side here and anchor it to the bottom side of the counter. It's the cuts I made are straight, but because there seems to be a belly on the counter, the board isn't flush on it. As you can see on the bottom, it's raised off the ground. So when I put the brace here and screw it to the underside of the counter, that should alleviate my anchoring issues. So when I pull out the drawers, I don't have the entire cabinet coming with me, their carcass. And also, because it's not plumb again, I'm having this overhang here. I did account for some overhang and I removed a small portion, but seems like I didn't remove enough, so I still have more of an overhang here. There's a larger overhang on this side in comparison to this side. As you can see, it's not so much, you know. So I'm gonna have to do some alterations and maybe make some minor cuts, especially on this side, to account for the overhang here, and put the cross brace underneath, screw it to the underside of the counter. Yeah, the work continues. Alright, my beautiful people, I have pretty good news. So upon closer inspection, I realized that there was a gap at the back there. I wasn't paying much attention to it. I was more paying attention to this section up here, the top part, because I really wanted to screw this into the wall. But given that I will not be able to do that anymore, I made a closer look and I saw that there was an overhang at the back. So what I did, I just cut off that small sliver. It was about 1/8 of an inch or 2/8 of an inch, and I cut it off. And look at this. There's almost no overhang here now anymore. Almost done. So little sanding and that will be gone. And there's absolutely none here. So it's where I want it now. So I'll add the brace here and just screw it into the wall. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use maybe scrap wood or some L brackets. Maybe I'll just use some L brackets here and just screw it up, and then it should be smooth sailing. So let's see. All right, guys. So now it's time to make the draw boxes. All right. So I'm not gonna do it the same way I did the cabinet and nightstand build. I'm not gonna do dados. I'm gonna go a bit old school because I want to get these draw boxes as strong as possible, because they're gonna have a lot of things in them and some of these things are gonna be quite heavy. So I want to get as much strength as I can out of these drawers. So I'm just gonna nail and glue them to the frame of the drawer, and that should be strong enough to hold it. Well, I hope, because wood glue is very strong. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go old school on this. So enjoy the montage of me making these drawers. and finally getting it put together. It's time to attach the carcass to underneath the counter. And I'm using air brackets. These are 2.5-inch air brackets. You can see them clearly. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to use to attach it under here and against the wall. So let's see if we can work this out. So now that I've gotten the carcass secured inside here, I'm gonna create a finishing design, kind of a shaker style. So I'm going to just add strips right around here, top, side, bottom, create a box, and it gives the extra thickness, you know, a beefier look. So it will look really good when I'm done. So I'm just gonna screw these in and do it step by step, cut each piece one by one. I don't want to cut everything at once and then get a cut wrong. So I'm going to take it very slowly, one step at a time, piece by piece, and just screw these in, alright? Alright now guys, so now I'm going to use some caulking and just fill in some of the empty gaps as well as my trusty wood putty and fill in the holes and just give it that nice seamless professional look, because you know everything we do, we try to do it to a high standard. Good? Alright, let's go with this. What I'm doing here is just using my damp rag, just wipe off some of the excess caulking from around the area, just to make it look cleaner when they're painted, so I don't see any lumps or anything here. So I'm just putting it on the edge of the plywood grain here that's exposed, because plywood grain tends to be kind of ugly, and especially after you paint it, it sucks up all that paint and you see the ugly grain at the end. So I want to cover that end grain. So sometimes you can use edge banding. A lot of times people use iron-on edge banding, but I ain't got none. So a little trick I use is using the putty to just cover the wood grain, and when I sand it, it gives it a smoother finish, so when it's painted, it's not that obvious that it's end grain. And I'm also overfilling the screw holes, so when I come back with the sanding, that's now flush with the surface of the board. Woo! So now that this is all dry, it's time to sand it down and prep it for paint. I'm going to knock it down with 120 grit sandpaper and just smooth it off and get it ready to paint. Alright? I know that you're wondering why me just attach it, then me sand it, then me do all of this while it's attached inside here. To be honest, this was giving me a whole heap of trouble. And I finally get it square to a point where all the jaws are in and then functioning normally. So we really can't bother to take this out again. Honestly. See, I even had to add this cross brace here because the sides are bowing out. So I had to put this in to just put it in to keep it square. Because if not, the jaw would not drop out. Seriously. So I just really can't bother to take this out. So I'm gonna sand this down and get it ready for some painting. Alright guys, so I really hope you liked that video. Well, I hope you loved it. Yeah, don't just like it. If you want to like it, click the like button. But love it. Yeah. So I really hope that you feel motivated to do whatever it is that you want to do. If you dream of it, just do it. Nike said it best, guys. So stay tuned for more awesome renovations, guys. 2022 is going to be one to remember. Yeah, I have a lot lined up for you guys. Stay tuned, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget that. Yeah, stay tuned to Royal Escapes as I turn my home into a palace. Bye.